All right, we need to have a serious talk. We need to cancel Joe Rogan. He is a very dangerous type of person. He is generous. He's a family man. He's very loving. He's smarter than most people. He's stronger than most people. He's funnier than most people. He has a thirst for knowledge that most people don't have. And probably a whole slew of other really awful things. So we've got to get rid of him. Oh, most importantly, the thing that is most dangerous about Joe Rogan, he's honest. He is honest, and he says what he thinks. No, we can't have that. We can't have that. I would think in an age where everyone's concerned, rightfully so, about the mental health of the world, we would think for a second about what censoring people does to their mental health. If you say to someone, you are not allowed to speak, what you are essentially saying is you are not allowed to exist. Because what am I without my speech? I can be something on my own. I'm basically in a deep state of meditation. But in the context of the world and making the world a better place, which I think is actually Joe Rogan's secret agenda, I would just be a bag of bones. I wouldn't be anything if I couldn't speak. I am what I say I am. I speak whatever is in here, and that's added to the world. It's added to the collective consciousness. That's what Joe Rogan does. So now, if you take away my ability to speak, thus my ability to exist, how do you think that's going to make me feel? What do you think I'm going to do? It's probably not going to be good. It really isn't. Because even if I have a bad idea and I speak about it, people will be able to address it and be able to tell me how wrong I am. And that's a good thing. And I've experienced that countless times in my life. That's how I learn things. So if I was able to control what everyone was able to speak about and think about, I would never learn. That's the same for you. If you were able to control what everyone gets to say and what everyone gets to think, you would cease to grow. And that's the whole point of all of this. The whole point of life is to learn about life and enjoy it. But learn about it. So that by the time we die, we understand it. And hopefully we passed it along. And you learn from other people. So that's how it works. So even if they have a bad idea, even if they're evil, there's some really evil people in history. And we've learned a lot from them. It's to learn what not to do. It's to learn how not to be. These people are actually essential to our growth as individuals and our growth as a whole. We need all of it. We need the worst. We need the best. We need the left. We need the right. We need it all. That's called balance. So now let's get back to Joe Rogan. Joe Rogan just thinks and speaks for a living. That's it. He is a modern day philosopher. It's what he is. He has a love for knowledge, and he thinks about it, and he speaks about what he thinks about. So, he's going to make mistakes. That's what's going to happen. Think about if everything that you said was recorded. What would that sound like? Well, if you went back 3 years, you'd sound like an idiot, because everyone does. And you'd be held to every mistake you ever made, forever. We don't want to live that way. So why are we trying to cancel people for speaking about what they think about? Well, one more thing on that. Every single time that I've listened to a Joe Rogan podcast, I've disagreed with something. Completely. Probably multiple times throughout. But that doesn't make me hate him. If you actually listen to him, you'd understand what he's doing. He's just trying to flush it all out. He's attacking every idea from every angle over the course of years. And if you watched, you would see him introduce an idea a couple of years ago, mention it over and over again, and then oftentimes he realizes that that's a bad idea, and he'll admit it. He's just trying to learn and grow and teach. It's a beautiful thing. It's something that should not be canceled. If anyone should be given a pass, it should be Joe Rogan. Because of his reach, he has built something that allows us to see what thinking looks like, what growth looks like, what developing ideas looks like. And we get to see all these amazing guests. And sure, some of the guests have been a little sketchy, but sunlight is the best disinfectant. Those people's ideas are easy to debunk, criticize, squash, whatever you want to say, however you want to put it. And people aren't so easily influenced that they're just going to, all of a sudden they're going to hear someone say something evil and they're going to jump on the bandwagon. I'm with that evil guy. No, people are not that weak. If someone is that easily influenced, they were going to find some bad ideas anyway. Have you ever heard of the internet? You can find any group of people, beautiful or evil. Joe Rogan's not that. He's not that guy. And I don't think people are that stupid anyways. So what I do when he says something I disagree with is I think about it. I might think about how I would tell him how I disagreed with him. I might have an argument with him in my mind. But this is all an exercise. I'm just having mental exercises. And what I'm doing is I'm either solidifying my belief or I'm picking it apart and I'm changing my belief. It's all good. That's how we grow. Also, if you want to talk about politicians being flip-floppers or whatever, Joe Rogan would be the ultimate flip-flopper. From one episode to the next, he has completely different perspective. But he's just thinking. And he might have all those perspectives. I know that all my perspectives don't fit into some neat little box. And I know for damn sure that you can't create that box for me. And if you did create a box for me and I didn't fit into it, and you try to tell me that I was a bad person because of it, I would know for sure that's not true. All I try to do is be a good person. Your rigid ideas are not the only way. So listen to other people think. Joe Rogan existing is beautiful. All these podcasts existing are absolutely amazing. We have the world at our fingertips. In these little things, we have all of the world's knowledge. And then we also have people thinking about all that knowledge. So do we need to cancel Joe Rogan? No, we don't. You need to release your desire for control. That's what you're doing. You're trying to control the world. The only thing that you can control is how you feel about the world. Stop trying to control what other people think. If you or I controlled what everyone thinks and says, everything would cease to exist. It would end. Because we need everyone. We need all of the ideas. We need both extremes bouncing back and forth. We need people in the middle assessing those extremes. And then we need compromise. Here's an example. I don't know if this is a great example, but this is an example of how extremes would work. One person says, everyone should be able to drink alcohol from the day they're born till the day they die. Another person says, we should ban alcohol, outlaw it altogether, it's evil, get rid of it. That's what we have, two extremes. Now, maybe a scientist comes in and they say, well, if we look at the human brain and the human development, introducing a foreign substance at this age, let's say they said 27, that would be healthy. The guy over here says, no, babies should be able to drink alcohol. And this guy says, no one should. But the scientist says, well, actually, you can, and it won't kill you, moderation, so on and so forth. And then maybe someone else comes in and says, well, you know, when I was 18, I was a little crazy, and I don't know if I should be trusted with alcohol. But when I was 21, I think everything kind of settled down, and I was responsible enough to be able to drink. And here we go. Now we have the legal drinking age of 21. And that's how it works. And that's how it can work for all ideas. It's just compromising and understanding. Let go of the fear and control and embrace some empathy, some willing to compromise, wanting to find common ground, some balance, wanting things to move forward in a positive way that everyone can agree with. We need Joe Rogan. We need all the extremes. It's what makes us. It's what helps us grow. It is it. Everyone thinking and speaking is it. That's what's going on here. All of this stuff is just people thinking and speaking. So if you silence me, I might have the idea that solves world hunger or whatever it is. And if I can't speak, I don't exist. And if Joe Rogan doesn't speak, he doesn't exist. And if you don't speak, you don't exist. And if you try to squash other people's freedom to speak what they think, you are trying to kill them. Because after all, without our speech, we do not exist. Knock it off. Don't listen. Or start speaking the opposing view. Say what you think. Put what you think out there. Have some courage. Do what Joe Rogan does. Spread your ideas. Think in front of everyone. And then see how it feels when people hold you to every mistake you make. Come on. How about a little forgiveness here? Let's get some flexibility going. Let's let people make mistakes so that we can all learn and grow together. Okay. Thanks for listening. Bye. No, but in all seriousness, thanks. I just felt compelled to make a video talking about this because I think it's weird. And if you liked what I had to say, I'm not going to talk about stuff like this a lot. I'm going to do adventure and fun and happy, love, life kind of stuff. But if you like me, then like and subscribe and comment, and you could yell at me, and I don't care. Go ahead. Maybe I'll change my mind. Okay, thanks. See you later. Stop trying to cancel people. Unless they really do something like actually bad, stop.